let's be real. We all got a little toxic in us. But the real question is, are you healing it or are you hiding it? In today's episode, I'll be breaking down some of the traits from my Don't Be Toxic quiz and giving you a little sneak peek into my Don't Be Toxic ebook that helps you identify and start healing those toxic patterns. Because self-awareness is where it starts, but doing the work is where the change really happens. So let's get into it. Hey y'all, welcome to the Keys to Healing. I'm Kiki. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in today's episode, I want to go over my Don't Be Toxic ebook. If you're not aware, I am an author as well as a healing coach, and I help you heal childhood, early adulthood, trauma, wounds, so you can really get into living the life that you want and envision for yourself. So I wrote an ebook, and these are the steps that I took to when I started my healing journey. And I wrote down some of the traits that I often see, that I saw in myself, and I often see in people around me, people I've come in contact with, people that I've helped over the years. And I put that into a quiz, and I wrote a ebook that helps you once you take the quiz and you identify your traits. It also takes you through the ebook takes you through understanding those traits and how to start healing, understanding where they come from, where they stem from, how to heal from them, who started it, what to do afterward. And I take you through the whole nine of starting your healing journey. So I want to take you guys through it with me. And I'll let you know where you can purchase the ebook later. All right. So let's get into it. So when you take your toxic quiz, I'm going to leave the link in the description below so you can go take yours. But I give you a little sneak peek. It's not a way to finesse it, but I'll tell you some of the traits that are on there. So some people lack boundaries, but they're aware of that. So lacking boundaries, control, you bossy, competitive, stubborn, picky, a perfectionist. I know I got that one real bad. That was one of my child. A little judgmental, find it hard to be honest with others, people pleasing, of course. You don't like change. You may like to gossip a little bit too much, right? Always being the one that's being done wrong, right? You always feel like you're just giving your all and you just do everybody else right. You can't never find nobody to do you the same way. As good as you are, that's maybe a little toxic, sis. You shut down, right? And these are just a few. Overly protective. So these are just a few traits that I have on my toxic quiz. And it's just checking off who you are. Are you aware of these things? And for a lot of people who've already taken the quiz, it brought awareness to them that they did not realize, right? And are all these traits toxic? No, but they can be. It really just depends on how much of the trait is taking over your life. How is the trait affecting your life, right? So the point of the quiz is you take it and it asks you a series of questions, and you pretty much yes, no, maybe. You honestly, okay, if you're not sure, ask. Take it on the phone with somebody. Take it with your spouse and let them help you take it, maybe from a different perspective. But those are some traits that are on the quiz. Now, the point, you have to take the quiz before you even get into the ebook, because they boyfriend girlfriend, they go together real bad. You can't just jump into the ebook without doing the quiz, because the quiz is based off of you and your traits and the things that are showing up in your life that is most likely affecting you. The whole part is to not be toxic. And again, we all got a little toxic in us. But when it starts to affect our life, our relationships, our children, our parenting, our work, it's a problem. right? So we want to start healing some of this. Especially some of it, a lot of it stems from childhood, and most people don't even realize it's stemming from their childhood. And so my book is to help bring awareness to that. To not only make you aware of your traits, but to make you aware of where it comes from. And so on the first page of my book, after you take the quiz, you'll get an identifying your traits. When you're able to identify your traits, you can start to open your mind and your heart to healing the parts of you that cause the traits. The first part of any healing journey, when they go through AA, what they tell you, the first step is acceptance. You have to accept that you have these traits. You cannot defend them. It doesn't matter why you're overprotective. It doesn't matter why you're overly protective. It doesn't matter why you're overly competitive. It doesn't matter why you don't like change. It doesn't matter. You could have the best cause in the world for why you're like that in your mind, but it does not matter here, because you have to accept without any fault, any judgment, any excuses that at the end of the day, you are like this, right? So you have to accept that. We don't need the excuses. The first part of any healing is acceptance. They tell you that in AA. That's one of the first things. You can't get help until you accept the fact that you need help. You accept the fact that it's a problem. Once you identify your traits, you can start to identify your triggers. Think about the triggers that are causing you to be toxic. When are the traits showing up in your life? Who or what brings that out of you? Is that coming from your environment, your friends, your family? What emotions are happening? And I'm reading off of it because the ebook is digital, right? It's a digital ebook. Well, it's an ebook, so it's digital. So I'm writing. That's how you know I'm a real author. Okay, I know ChatGPT over here. And I hope to bring y'all a physical copy soon. If it's in demand, I would love to do that. I'm working on it in the works. But like I said, this is going to give you what is it? Where are these traits showing up? Are they at your job? Are they with specific people? Your mom, your dad, your siblings, certain family members, certain friends. When are you seeing these traits come out? What situations that are happening to you where you're seeing these traits come out? And I love the ebook so much because it gives you little pages to journal in between, to really think about it, little sticky notes to jot down notes, because it may take you a couple days. You can't, a lot of the stuff I do not expect you to answer, and if you are and you have gotten the ebook, disclaimer, and you have answered these in a day, you probably are doing it wrong. This ebook is not meant for you to take it and do it in a day or a week. This ebook, you're going to be doing this for months, because one, you're not going to be able to answer when you're not going to be able to tell me on first instant where all these traits are showing up. Because one, you're going to have multiple traits. Ain't nobody perfect. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Acceptance is the first step. You're not going to be able to tell me where each and every one of these traits is showing up off the muscle. Will you have maybe instances where you could think off the top of your head? Yes, but we need to get deeper than that. That's going to cause you to have to stop and pay attention, take notes. Oh, that's when that little bossy part of me is coming out right here, right? You're going to have to take a couple days to really figure that out, to really fully answer just this one page. So if you're doing my ebook in about a week and you done, go ahead and book a healing call, baby, because you didn't do that right. I give you notes. Take time to reflect on these on your journal pages. Or if you have a journal, you want to journal it. But take time to reflect. You're supposed to be writing notes, baby. Okay, moving right along. Understanding your toxic traits. You have to understand that we all have flaws, but some of our behaviors cause us to lose relationships, jobs, and potentially damage our children. I don't know about y'all, but for me, one of my most main reasons for starting my healing journey was I did not want to be a bad mother. I did not want to be what my mother was to me. I did not want to abuse my children. I wanted to be a present mother, emotionally, mentally, and physically. not one or the other, all three of them, right? All of them. And so I knew it was some things that I really needed to work on to be able to give my children that. So that's how it started with me. And I didn't want to damage my kids the way that my mom had damaged me. I did not want to lose my relationship with, at the time, my boyfriend, who is now my husband, because I was scared of commitment. I was scared. I was trying to control everything in the relationship and how our life went and what it looked like and how far we can advance and when we, like, it was too much, right? So I did not want to lose my relationship off of things that I actually can control. I just need to learn how to get a handle on them and learn exactly what they were. When you understand your toxic traits, you can better control yourself and your environment. That is why I have y'all do the quiz. It is not to down you. It's not to make you feel bad about yourself. It is not. It's bringing something that's fun, but also educational to you, right? Like, it's for you. It helps you control your environment and yourself. Healing has nothing to do with anybody else but you. So I want us to understand going through this that you have to be able to be honest. This is why I'm steady preaching. You have to be honest, and it's going to take you days and weeks and months to get this done. All right. Fixing your toxic traits. So now that you've identified your traits, understand when they show up and why they're showing up. It's time to start fixing them. And once you understand how it's affecting, you, it's time to turn it around and start fixing and healing. You've already taken the first step by acknowledging your toxicness, and the next step is to start healing. On the others notes page, this is where the work comes in. I want you to write down the things that you need to heal from. Is a heartbreak from an ex, childhood trauma, abuse, parents. What have you been holding on to, and it's time to release. Don't move on until you are done. So this is when we have to start doing the work. This is when the real work begins. This is when I have had a lot of people cuss me out, because it's shadow work. It is not something that you're going to get done quickly. It's not going to be something that you get done easily. This requires you to tap into a different part and sense of yourself, and this is not something that you could do rushed. This is something that you need to do locked away on your own by yourself, uninterrupted. So if you had distractions, probably did it wrong, friend. My book is really to push you. It's really to push you to get to those parts of yourself. And if you can't do it for yourself, you gotta be able to be honest. You gotta let your heart break. This is for nobody but you. So it's going to take you time. Now that you know what you're healing, you can come up with a plan to heal. What steps are you gonna take to heal your pain and move out of your toxic behaviors and into positivity? Are we going to start therapy, read self-help books, find support groups? You need to think about this and commit to commit and heal, and have something in place and hold you accountable and help you stay focused. You do not have to heal alone. Find a coach or find somebody else that can help you. Again, my book helps you do the work. My book is not meant for you to read it in a day, finish it in a week, and you've moved on and you hit. No. And this is something I started with the ebook because it's something that you could do over and over and over. You could take it one toxic trait at a time. And it's an ebook because you could do this. This is self-paced. Because healing, one thing about healing is you're not about to just do this every day. I know you're not, and it would be unrealistic to think that you're finna do this every day. You're not gonna do it every day, and that is okay, because sometimes the emotions can hit heavy. It is not built to overwhelm you. It's built to, um, it's built to heal you in a slow, real way. So you might be cussing me out and crying one day, and you might be like, girl, this is it for the week. I ain't coming back over here. And that's okay. You need time to reflect. That's why I give you the pages. Reflect, jot it down, take time and think about it and ponder on it. Literally, that's what it's for. You're not, that's why I keep saying you're not going to finish it in a day or a week. Take time, reflect. That's the only way you're going to get the realness out of it. And you probably ain't not going to be able to focus on all the traits in one setting. So it's for you to continually to do and get through all the traits. Moving right along. Okay, so stand your ground. The road on this journey will not be easy, but know that you can do this. This is not an easy journey because healing is not easy. Stand your ground on the things that you've committed to growing and healing from on your own. Your last assignment is to write down your resources, your therapist, your coach, your groups, whatever you're going to do to keep yourself accountable and focused and to help you on those hard days. I want you to write them down. I need you to have it immediately. Just like you have your emergency contact, these are your emergency contacts for healing. Come back and revisit the book anytime you need a reminder on the journey starts to get rough. I left you pages. And so that is the bulk of my book, but I do want to go back to fixing some of your toxic traits. Once you list the behaviors that affect you, I want you to write down one thing you're going to start doing in that area of your life in a positive way. How are we going to turn that negative into a positive? Are you going to make more time for your family? Listen more, work on your patience, say sorry. Learn. That's a hard one, baby. That hit a lot of us. Learn how to apologize. All right. What active steps are you going to take to fix the damage you have caused? How long are you going to turn how are you going to turn toxicness into love? Right? So again, my book is to hold you accountable. Is one to let the first half of the book is you releasing, you identifying, you understanding why you're like this, what's happening, what's the things and the events that happen to change you, because we all have them. We all have events and things that has happened to us that has changed the course of our lives, and it really does affect who we are today, whether good or bad. That is not for me to judge, and it's not for you to beat yourself down about. It's just you can't change what you're not aware of. So the whole point of my book is to make you aware of the things that are causing you more pain, that is causing you more damage in your life, that is holding you back from really living the life that you see and envision for yourself, literally the life of your dreams, not your favorite social media person, not your favorite celebrity, not your mother, not your dad, not your granny, not the life that anybody else has for you, but the life that you have for yourself. That's the point of my book. And I want you to go back and revisit the little girl who got her heart broken. Revisit the girl that was abused. Visit the child that was taken advantage of. Like, revisit that girl. Revisit the girl, the young adult who didn't know no better, and she made a mistake that may have cost her a little bit. Revisit it. Figure it out. Go back into that mindset and figure out why you did what you did, because a lot of this stuff links to something else. And I want you to get to the core. That is the whole point. I want you to get to the core of it. Once we get to the core, we have identified it, we get to the core of it. Now, once we've let our heart go back and re-break for that, and we can apologize to ourselves, and we now know better, we can now start doing better. Now it's time to hold ourselves accountable. What are we going to do to fix this? How are we going to fix ourselves? Because we could talk about how we've been broken all day. I to tell y'all my story, which if that's the episode y'all want, please let me know in the comments. I do not mind telling y'all my backstory of how I became who I am today, the things that have broke me and my mother's toxic relationship. I don't mind sharing that if it's going to help you. I don't. I'm here to give you full honesty. I am your healing mentor. That's why I say I don't like the word coach. I like mentor. I like guide. I'm your healing guide. Think of me like that. Because I'm only here to guide you through the journey. Only you could heal. I can't make you heal. I could want it for you all I want. That does not mean that you're going to actually take the steps to do it. That is something that you have to do. You have to want to do it, and you have to see a better life for yourself. I'm here to help navigate you through it because I've been there. And these are the things that I had to do to really get me to a healing place. I don't say healed with an ED because we're all still on this journey. It's a never ending journey, and you're always going to discover something new about yourself all the time. And that's why I made the book to be timeless. You can come back to it over and over and over again, because once you get the steps of how to do it correctly, you can keep doing it over and over. Because honestly, we all can't afford a therapist. I couldn't afford a therapist when I started my healing journey. We got to get over the fact that we need a therapist. And then some of us can't always afford a therapist right away. So we have to figure it out. And these are stuff that I took from real therapists. When I would take the free calls, I would listen to therapy shows on TV, like from real therapists. Like I was reading books. So all of this comes from factual information that I've gotten from different sources and different places, because this is how I helped heal my own self on my own. Nobody helped me through this. Nobody told me about this journey. And I wanted to give y'all a piece of me in that way to help and make your journey a little bit better than what it was for me. Because for me, it's breaking a family cycle. And it was no help navigating. So if I can help somebody else heal a little bit more easy, a little bit stress-free, knowing that they are not alone and they're not the only ones going through this, and they're not the only one who has had this done, and they're not the only ones that have these traits, you're not alone. I do offer coaching calls. I call them healing calls. Those are on my website at hindlifeco.com. This shirt, Don't Be Toxic, Don't Make Me Be Toxic, is a reminder to not be toxic and be aware of when people are pushing your buttons. This shirt is available at hindlifeco.com, as well as my ebook. All of it is on the website, y'all. So go to hindlifeco.com. That is on the ebook. Is the Don't Be Toxic ebook. I'm going to drop the link in the description. And if you're interested or you have any questions, drop your questions in the comments. I read them and respond as best as I can. And yeah, go take the Don't Be Toxic quiz. That is completely free. I'm going to drop that link as well. And any questions, concerns, if you need to book a call, please let me know. I do a 15-minute consultation for free. So you can see if you really want to get a feel for me as your guide through this journey. And if you want to get the ebook and you want to go through it with me on a monthly basis, maybe a weekly basis, we can work out a plan for you to be able to do that. But if you want to try it on your own, it's available. But I wanted to give y'all this and go through the book and like really just do some of the assignments here, right? Take the toxic quiz and do some of the assignments that we talked about on here, and let me know what you discover, how it's helped so far. And yeah. So I think that's it, y'all. I hope you found value in this today. Remember, don't be having people out here making you be toxic. Control your environment. We know better, we do better. In the meantime, in between time, I want y'all to remember that you are the key to unlocking your reality and your dreams. Hunt life, live dreams. Bye, y'all.